My project explores how STEAM shows up in creative work. For my example, I chose a Dragon Ball Z-inspired wooden dragon piece that I designed, carved, painted, resined, and lit. Even though it looks like an art project, every step connects to science, technology, engineering, art, and math. This project blends creativity, problem-solving, planning, and hands-on learning in ways I did not expect at first. What is STEAM? Before breaking down my project, STEAM stands for science, technology, engineering, art, and mathematics. It is a learning approach that connects creativity with technical skills. STEAM focuses on experimenting with real materials, using digital tools, exploring design, and finding solutions as you work. It teaches you to think, test, adjust, and build. My dragon project is a good example because it uses all 5 parts from start to finish. Science begins the moment resin is involved. Resin and hardener need the right ratios, or they will not cure correctly. The mixing time, the chemical reaction, and the room temperature all matter. I also had to understand surface prep because sanding relies on friction and different grit levels to create a smooth base. Science showed up in drying times, material reactions, and choosing the right steps to get the finish I wanted. Technology played a big role in planning the whole piece. I used my iPad and Procreate to sketch my dragon design. A projector helped me resize it and transfer it onto the wood. I used digital tools like Canva to make the Dragon Ball stencils. My phone helped with timers, reference photos, and organizing the steps. Every tool made the process easier and helped me figure things out before working with physical materials. Engineering appears in how the piece is built and supported. I measured and planned the pathway for the LED strip and figured out how it would bend around the curves. I learned how to secure it so it would not peel or sag. I also installed a French cleat system on the back of the dragon, which lets the whole piece hang safely and support its weight. Engineering is all about structure, stability, and planning how everything fits together, and that is exactly what this project needed. Art is at the center of everything. I created the design digitally first, then traced it onto the wood, painted the details, and applied resin to add shine and depth. I also made the 7 Dragon Balls and used color choices that fit the Dragon Ball Z style, while still making the piece feel like my own. This is where I worked intuitively and let creativity guide the final look. Math supported almost every stage. I measured the board, marked placement for the LED strip, calculated resin ratios, and adjusted the projected image to fit the wood. I worked with size, distance, and spacing while planning the layout. Even small choices like making sure both sides were balanced required math. All of these pieces show how many skills and decisions come together to create one final project. Each layer depends on the one before it. The process matters just as much as the finished dragon. This project taught me patience, planning, and how STEAM naturally appears in creative work. Even though it looks like a simple art piece, there is science, technology, engineering, art, and math behind every step. I learned new tools, tried new methods, problem-solved through the difficult parts, and created something that shows how much goes into building something by hand. My project explores how STEAM shows up in creative work. For my example, I chose a Dragon Ball Z-inspired wooden dragon piece that I designed, carved, painted, resined, and lit. Even though it looks like an art project,